Okay, well, good morning. On day 4 here, in my 8th and ninth grade class, we are going to review, not chapter 10, everybody else is on chapter 10, chapter 9.6, and the problem I'm going to be doing is on page 398, okay? So the lesson that was due for today is also due tomorrow, so there's not an extra or new lesson before Friday. So if you look on grade link, there's going to be another assignment, just going to be a few problems that are also going to be due on Friday. But I wanted to give you plenty of time to go over these since it's a new topic of dividing polynomials. So I'm going to go over a few examples and post this video in case the other video didn't make sense. So for example, if they give something like this, that is 2x squared, and it's plus 0x minus 2, and all of that is divided by x minus 1. Okay, the first thing we do is we see how many times can this x right here, how many times can it go into this x and this 2? Well, clearly it can go in 2x times, because 2x, this guy, times x is going to equal 2x squared, which is what we want. So then we use our distributive property. We take the 2x times the negative 1, and we get negative 2x. We take the 2x times the x, and we get what we wanted, 2x squared. Then we subtract all this, and these guys go away, which is what we wanted. And these two negative signs become a plus sign. Hope that makes sense. And then we're left with 2x. Sorry, let me put this in a better spot so I have more space. 2x minus 2. We see how many times now does this x here go into this 2x here? And the answer is 2 times. So we do plus 2 because it's a positive number. Then we take our distributive property. We do 2 times the negative 1, which is negative 2. We do 2 times the x, and we get 2x, which is what we wanted. And as you can see, all of that cancels out, and we're left with 0. So our final answer then is 2x plus 2. Okay, so if you need to pause the video, watch it again. That's all we're doing in this lesson is just dividing like that. So really, it's not too bad. This is at least the harder part of the lesson. Here is another one that's going to come out. This one's going to be in your homework, actually. So if you want to copy this with me, you already have one of your homework problems done. There's only going to be 4 or 5 to do, but this is one of them. It's going to be something that looks like this. It's x plus 3 on the outside, and then on the inside, we have x squared minus x plus 2. Okay, so I changed the order so that it matched, so that it fit in the order that we want to do this. Okay, so now I say how many times can this x go into x squared? Well, when you do that, you get x, so then I take x times the 3, and I get plus 3x. X times x is x squared. So now these guys cancel out, which is what I wanted. And down here, I get, this is going to be a minus, this is going to be minus 4x. As we see that, this negative here and this positive turn into a negative. So it was negative x minus 3x, and that equals negative 4x, which is where I got this guy over here. Carry down the plus 2. I say now, how many times does this x here go into this negative 4x? And I get that it goes in negative 4 times. So I go negative 4. Negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. Does everybody see that? Carrying this guy, distributing to the 3, then distributing to the x, and get negative 4x. Now I have to use the subtraction sign, right? So it changes this to plus. These guys go away, changes this to plus, and I get 14 left over. These guys are gone, but I have 14. So instead of leaving this as x minus r, remainder 14, what I do is that translates to this, x minus r, and then because that's a positive 14, it's plus 14 divided by x plus 3. What we started with over here is what goes on over here, leaving us with this final answer. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Not too confusing, but the final answer is x minus 4 plus 14 over x plus 3. Okay, let me do one more simple one, or simpler one, just so we get the hang of it. So, one final example problem, we have 2x plus 3 on the outside, and then on the inside here, we have 2x squared plus 15x plus 18. So I say, how many times can this 2x go into that 2x squared? Well, the answer to that is x times. So I take x to that is plus 3x. Wow, that's a bad 3. And then multiply that, and I get 2x squared. So I got what I wanted, right? These guys cancel out. I subtract, and I get 12x plus 18. Now I say, how many times can this 2x go into this 12x? Well, that'd be 6 times, so I just do plus 6. And then I carry this 6 down to that times a 3. Look at that. I get plus 18 times the 2x, and I get the 12x that I wanted. And now I subtract both of these. Subtract, boom. It's all gone. I get a remainder of 0, which means that the final answer is simply x plus 6. Okay? So that's just the review. So if you watch this on Thursday, what's going to be due on Friday is just this right here. We're going to add a few problems in the same lesson because I really want you to know how to do that. It's actually our last lesson before our test, so we'll be doing some kind of review here shortly, probably on Friday and Monday, and then we're going to see how we can do a test through the internet, so that's going to be interesting. But here's the homework. It is on page 397, so this is page 397. Still 9.6 is part 2, and we're just going to do numbers 24 through 28 all. Okay, that's it. 24 through 28 all. I already showed you how to do number 27, worked it out on this whiteboard, so if you watch that, you should be able to get that one right, at least. Also, the odd answers are probably in the back of the book, which means you can check your answers from that. Okay, that's all we got for Thursday, so nothing new, just some review. And Mr. H is out. See you guys.